Good morning. I am Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you here on this Tuesday, talking to you about you and your business. Got a lot to cover on today's program and want to jump right into it. Got my good friend, columnist, activist, and great gal all around, Felicia Cravens, on the program. And she writes and is an editor for FreeRadicalNetwork.com and USDailyReview.com, as well as others. Welcome to the program.
Hey, goodness, it has been a little while since I've talked to you.
Yeah, at least a few months, absolutely.
Right, and things in politics move so fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of catching up to do.
No question about it. So, interestingly, I spoke at the Second Amendment Foundation event on Sunday. They had their convention, and I really enjoyed it. Interesting people to talk to, and these Bible-hugging, gun-hugging, kind of folks. And really became mindful when I spoke, because I was asked to talk about media bias, and I talked a lot about Andrew Breitbart. And ironically, that evening on Netflix, Hating Breitbart popped up as one of my video options, which I haven't seen it. I spoke to the director of the program here on my program before, but went ahead and watched it. And I tell you, the Breitbart void has yet to be filled.
You're right. It's very difficult, too, because not only was he very influential in terms of taking on the media and everything, but he encouraged people to change the way they thought about media altogether. Part of the reason I'm involved in doing the things that I do is because I believe that he was right, and we need to cover everything, and we need to expose everything, and we need to challenge the media. But the way that he would motivate people and move them and draw them into a group, a unity, rather than start divisions between people, that he could do that draw people together and make them actually see the vision that he had for attempting to rattle the media's cage so badly that they would be affected into covering things. It's unparalleled. And I don't know anyone who's doing it the way that he is. There's definitely an effort. I mean, the Benghazi coverage that we do see is really a lot of due to the bloggers, credit to the bloggers that are out there, Katie Pavlich, people like that, with Fast and Furious as well. But we have a long way to go.
Yeah, no question about it. It was an enormous void. No one seemed to do it quite like him. Everyone else seems to be intimidated by the media. And when I spoke last night, or yesterday afternoon, I said, the bottom line is that the media, they are liars. They lie. That's what they do for a living. And we've got to get out of this. We've got to friendly up to them, warm and fuzzy them, because they hate us. They absolutely hate our views, and we really need to take a truth squad approach. We need to use some of the techniques that the left has used to damage our side. For example, what's his name? Glenn Beck, second most popular show on Fox News, is removed because the left was smart enough to focus like a laser beam, not on all right-wing media, because, frankly, there's not that all much to focus on. But there's still enough there where they could have sprayed rather than focused. They instead focused on one program, the second highest rated program on Fox News, waged a war against it and did it successfully. Our side needs to learn, take chapters from the left. Instead of just saying all media is bad, let's focus on one program. Let's target the sponsors of that one program and say, hey, we're never buying another product from you again as long as you sponsor this one program. And really put some chill, a chill up down their spine with that confrontational techniques that the left does so well. For whatever reason, our side is often too polite.
Well, polite, but I think that we still have this illusion on the right end of the spectrum that the media will love us if we just conform to this particular viewpoint, or we talk a certain way. They hate our policies. They will do anything they can, progressives will, in order to discredit them. I mean, you can see right now what Ted Cruz is facing in the media, in all of the things. It's water torture. They're attempting to whittle away all the good that he's doing by poisoning his image, the way that they did George Bush, the way that they did so many other people. We've got to not seek the good opinion of the media. We have to learn how to navigate it. But Andrew Breitbart never got up and said nice on television.
We need to confront it. We need to confront it for the evil it is. And you gave a great example there with Ted Cruz. And now, what's her name? The state senator who is running for governor, Davis?
Yes.
Yes. Now, she was a hero for wasting taxpayers' dollars, spending hour upon hour way into the night. She was a hero for what she did, but Ted Cruz is a buffoon for what he did. That's the media portrayal. Yet they were both doing the same essential thing, trying to stop the movement of a particular legislation.
Yes. And being able to point that out helps sort of inoculate us against that. But too often, instead of going on and I guess, confronting the media and attacking it where it is and calling it out for what they're doing, like making up stories and, selectively editing things to drive a narrative. We sit back and we say, oh, well, you can't trust the media, so we're just not going to engage. We're going to go and make our own media, but that's all we're ever going to touch. We're only going to do that. We're going to go into this little bubble and just get conservative media.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous.
I've had Joel Pollack on the show. He's kind of taken over for Andrew, and I like him, and he's smart, very bright, great organization. But like we said at the beginning, there seems to be a void there. What do you think about that? What happens to that void? Who do you see out there that holds potentially could hold media accountable? I find it really troubling how all I hear is crickets since Breitbart has passed away compared to what we heard before.
I don't think there's anybody that's yet picked up the mantle in the full way who is able to articulate things the way he did, who is able to go into smash mouth politics and be bold and daring. Because Andrew had a special set of skills. A lot of it was based on the fact that he was raised in this environment, this leftist, I guess this whole left washing that's come over. It was only later in life that he understood how things really lied. And I don't see anybody else who's got that set of skills and that ability to recognize leftist crap for what it is and call it out. He just had a unique set of skills. Now, I think that those of us who've been conservatives forever, definitely have something to contribute, but we don't think like the left. We don't have those tactics memorized, and we're shocked at leftist tactics still.
Yeah.
We're shocked at that, and we can't afford to be.
Yep, that's exactly right. All right, Felicia Cravens, freeradicalnetwork.com, and all other kinds of pandemonium and mayhem, and one of the many foot soldiers for liberty. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, when we come back, much more for you. Do want to remind you the best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com, and you're listening to The Price of Business.